Hey guitar champion, what's going on? Jason Hombach here, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's video where we are going to take a look at 5 incredible licks in the style of Jason Becker. Here we go. Okay, the next 5 licks are from all kinds of inspiration from Jason Becker and his style. One of them is from his time at David Lee Roth, one of them is a little bit from his solo career and stuff like this. If you don't know Jason Becker, the legend Jason Becker, please check him out and his story. It's really sad on one way and it's really inspirational on the other way. All the licks you will hear today he wrote when he was 17, 19 years old, something like that. Really young, a really gifted and talented player with such a dramatic turn of events in his life and his career. So check out please Jason Becker. If you want the free tabs for those 5 incredible Jason Becker licks, then check the description box. There's, like always, a link where you can download these tabs. But before we start with lick number 1, first my little new shoutout section here, where I'm going to shout out 2 comments from guys under my videos. So if you want to have a shoutout on one of my videos, then write a comment in my comment section and maybe you will have a shoutout in the next video. Let's see. First shoutout is to Brandon B for his comment under my Symphony X Smoke and Mirrors video lesson. And the second shoutout goes to Iago Pazos, I hope I pronounced that one right, for his comment under my Only Ash Remain Necrophagist cover. Alright, those are the 2 shoutouts for today. As I've said, if you want to get shoutouted, write me in the comment section. Alright, let's start with lick number 1. Okay, lick number 1 is inspired from the era where Jason was playing, shortly, but he was playing with David Lee Roth. And he recorded some solos for the record, A Little Ain't Enough, and there's a song called Showtime. And on the solo of Showtime he's playing this really cool pentatonic kind of style sweep picking hybrid lick. Alright, let's check this one out. Okay, so now let's try this lick slow. The first phrase goes like this: 15th fret on the E string, pulling to the 10th fret with our index finger. Then we are playing the 13th fret on the B string, sweeping to the 10th fret, the 14th fret on the G string, and pulling back to the 12th fret on the G string with our index again. So it's quite a stretch and quite a jump for our index finger. And this sweep picking pattern alone is pretty cool. Reminds a little bit of an A minor 7/11. But then we're playing on the D string, another pull off again from the 14th fret to the 12th fret, but hammering back on the D string and hammering back on the G string and playing ascending. Then we're sliding from the 15th fret to the 17th fret and playing 17, 12, 15. And now, with our pinky, the 17th fret, and pulling to the index on the 14th fret. So it's the same sequence, or nearly the same sequence, like in the first phrase. A little bit different. Here now we have the index, the pinky and the index, and not the ring and the index. So for our right hand we have down, pull, sweep, sweep, pull, upward playing, and then either you could pull it again, or sometimes I like to down pick it. So, up, pull, sweep, sweep, pull, up picking, down picking, hammer on, then again down and hammer on, and then sweeping from the B string again to the E string. Same here. We have a lot of upward pick slanting here, so I recommend this for this kind of sequence. But on the next sequence, we have a really traditional classic kind of 3-string sweep arpeggio here. And for 3-string sweep arpeggios, I recommend downward pick slanting. And yeah, let's check out the left hand first. On the left hand we have in the pinky the 20th fret pulling to the 15th fret. Then 17th fret with our middle finger on the B string. We're playing this one with an up pick, and then we're sweeping down from the G to the E string, but with 19, 17, 15. Sorry. Try to remember the shape. It will come back in a lick later on. It's a pretty cool shape for its own as well. And then we're taking the same sequence, but starting on the 22nd fret, playing or pulling to the 17th fret, 20th fret on the B string, and 21st fret on the G string. And then bending to the 24th fret to our root note, the E. Okay, everything again and slow. Goes lick number 2 goes like this. Okay, and in slow it goes like. Okay, now here we have a really cool arpeggio picking idea, and it's from one of the bootleg videos, or the very rare bootleg videos from Jason, where he's playing it live in a school kind of event and concert where he was like, I think 17 or 16 years old. And I think this idea is also in a certain song from his solo record, or from Cacophony. But I'm not sure which one. If you know which song I mean, then please write it down in the comments, because I'm really not sure which song I mean. But it's still, anyway, a really cool, interesting pattern, and especially for our right hand. But first, let's check out the left hand. And here on the left hand, we are first playing an F major 7 arpeggio, starting on the 3rd, the 17th fret on the E string, hammering and pulling to the 20th fret, the 5th, and playing then on the B string the root, major 7, and back to the root. Now for the pattern I start with an upstroke and then play down, up, because it's easier for me, for somebody who is used to play downward pick slanting, and especially to play down, up, picks like the licks like the good old Pogildot lick. So I start with an upstroke to get a little bit easier from the E string to the B string, or especially back from the B to the E string. I have here the hammer on pull off, so I have a little bit of time to reach from our E string to the B string. But beware, when we want to go back from the B to the E string, we use upward pick slanting. So it's downward pick slanting, upward pick slanting. Now the second pattern, or the last 3 notes from the first pattern, we are sliding to the 15th fret on the B string, where our second pattern starts as well. And here we are playing the same figure, but this time it's in B major arpeggio. Oh no, sorry, it's not B major arpeggio. I wasn't right. This one is in B minor flat 5 major 7 arpeggio. Really interesting kind of arpeggio. But the idea is more to take the same sequence and to play it here on the B and on the G string, on the 15th, the 18th and the 16th fret, and to have this kind of outside feeling to resolve into our E. So we are a little bit on inside, and then on the second phrase I also do the jump to the 20th fret on the B string. So I switch between 18th fret and the 20th fret and resolving into the E. And this was lick number 2. Let's find out lick number 3. Okay, lick number 3 is again a really awesome sweep arpeggio lick in the style of Jason Becker, and it goes like this. Okay, and on slow it goes like this. Okay, this is a really cool A minor arpeggio, but we're adding the F major 7 arpeggio in the second bar to create a little bit of an A minor minor 6 sound. This is inspired by a video from Jason where he's warming up for a cacophony show. This video is on YouTube, really worth to check out, and it's full with a lot of sliders and position shifts like Jason loved to do his sweep arpeggios. So we are starting with our middle finger on the 5th fret on the E string, sliding to the 8th fret on the E string, playing with our pinky, with our index the 7th fret on the A string. Now the pinky on the 10th fret on the A string, sliding to the 12th fret, our root on the A string, and now we're playing this arpeggio. So in total, this arpeggio, this inversion here. And we're playing it from the D to the E string via sweep picking. So we have 10, 9, 10, 8, 12. Then we're sliding to the 17th fret on the E string, pulling to the 12th, playing 13 on the B string, and then sweeping from the 14th fret on the G string over the 13th fret on the B string to the E string 12th fret. Then we are doing another position shift, and now comes the F major 7 arpeggio. This is the first half of it. We're starting with a pull off on the 12th fret on the E string, pulling to the 8th fret, 10 B string, 10 G string, pulling to the 9th fret on the G string. Do the little bit of roll technique here between the G and the B string. Then we are playing the 10th fret on the D string, 12th fret on the A string again, pulling to the 8th fret on the A string, sliding to the 7th fret, and now comes this phrase. After we have slided to the 7th fret on the A string, we're hammering to the 8th fret, and then going to the D string where we're also again playing 7, 10, 7 as hammer-on and a pull-off, 8, 7 as a pull-off, 8 on the E string with our middle finger, sliding to our beginning position, the 5th fret on the E string. Again, this lick in slow. To lick number 4. Okay, lick number 4 fast goes like this. Okay, you remember that one time on the first lick where I said remember that phrase or this kind of sequence and idea? Here we are playing a lot with this idea. And we are outlining a lot of E major 7/11 sound and resolving into A. So we're starting on the 10th fret of the E string, pulling to the 5th fret on the E string. And this is kind of a stretch. Then we're playing the G string on the B string 7th fret. And then we're sweeping from the G string 9th fret to the 7th fret B string, 5th fret E string, and playing again the 10th fret on the E string. This is a 7-note phrase, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we are sliding to typical A major triad. So 12, 10, 12, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 12. But this one played over the E as a root note. We create root, 6th, 11th, and root sound. So an E, 6, 11 sound. 11, 13 is the right name, sorry. Then we're taking the same shape like here and playing it, here. Starting on the 17th fret on the E string, playing 17, 12, 14, 16. And then playing an E major triad shape. And then resolving back to the A. Okay, this was lick number 4. Let's check out lick number 5. The final lick. Okay, the last lick is more kind of a pattern and an idea you can use to outline some certain cool chords. This pattern comes from the intro of Perpetual Burn, and I came across it while practicing my cover version of it. And it's the first arpeggio of the intro. It's this one here. A lot of people are arguing over that, how you can play this first arpeggio, but I think for me this is the most logical way. And I'm outlining here an E minor 11 arpeggio. So let's make a little bit of reverse engineering here, and let's start on the last note of the pattern, 14th fret on the D string, the E. And then we're outlining just simple an E minor 11 arpeggio. So we have root to the minor 3rd, 5th, 7, root, and then on top of that arpeggio the 11th. This is the idea behind this kind of concept. Now the cool thing here is we can move this arpeggio through all of the minor chords from our minor scale, because all of the chords from our regular minor scale has the 7th in it and it has the 11th in it. So we can just shift this kind of idea and this kind of fingering to different positions. For example, what chords do we have in E minor, the regular E minor scale? We have E minor, A minor and B minor. So we can take this one for example in the solo in E minor and taking this to B and to A. Sorry. E minor, B minor, A minor. It's just important where your index finger is. This is kind of the anchor point for me on the fretboard to know where I should play my arpeggio. Now let's take a different scale. Let's take a scale, for example, like E Dorian. In E Dorian we have the minor chords E minor, B minor, but also F sharp minor. So okay, or E Phrygian. In E Phrygian we have E minor, D minor and A minor. Okay, so this is a really cool concept you can use for this kind of little idea and little arpeggio, and this arpeggio is really smooth to our fingerings and it's really easy to get under the finger. So check out this concept and try to play a little bit around this. Try next time when you have an arpeggio or you have a chord progression, a chord progression, not an arpeggio, you try to play this arpeggio over it. It sounds really awesome and really refreshing, especially with this 11 in it. So check this one out. This was lick number 5. So here we are at the end of this video. I hope you liked this little lesson and I hope you liked those 5 incredible licks in the style of Jason Becker. If you liked this video, then feel free to subscribe to my channel for new lessons, new content every week. And also hit the bell button and don't forget to like this video. Alright, I'm Justin Hombach. Now it's time to go back to my practice cave to get prepared for the next lesson. See you in my next video, hopefully. Cheers and stay progress. Bye.